Look, there's a man called Maharaja. He's not your typical hero. No cape, no superpowers, just a pair of scissors and a whole lot of quiet determination. But don't let his calm demeanor fool you. This is a story that's equal parts heart. Me becomes a sacred part of their household. It's not just a dustbin. It's a symbol of survival, a reminder of the day fate decided to cut them a break. Maharaja raises Jothi as his own, and the two form an unbreakable bond. But life isn't done throwing curveballs at them. Fast forward to the present, and Maharaja's life is anything but peaceful. Jothi is now a teenager, and Maharaja is doing his best to be both a father and a mother to her. And this dustbin drama seems like easy money. Little does he know, this case is about to unravel a web of revenge, betrayal, and some seriously bad karma. Meanwhile, Maharaja's life is a mess. His daughter Jothi is traumatized after a brutal assault, and he's determined to find the men responsible. But how do you track down criminals when the only clue you have is a stolen dustbin? Well, if you're Maharaja, you get creative. You lie, you bribe, and you do whatever it takes to bring the culprits to justice. And so begins the wild, emotional, and occasionally absurd journey of Maharaja. A story about love, loss, and the lengths a father will go to protect his daughter. Oh, and a dustbin. Let's not forget the dustbin. Fast forward to the present, and Maharaja's life is anything but peaceful. His daughter Jothi is now a teenager, and the two of them have built a life together, with Lakshmi the dustbin sitting proudly in their home like a silent guardian. But peace doesn't last long in this story. One day, Maharaja walks into a police station to report a robbery. The case involves a garbage bin. Enter Nalasivam, a shady police informant who's roped into the case. He's the kind of guy who's always looking for an angle, and this dustbin drama seems like easy money. A dustbin, huh? Nalasivam says, smirking. This is the weirdest case I've ever worked on. But he agrees to play along, thinking it's a quick way to pocket some cash. Meanwhile, Maharaja's life is a mess. His daughter Jothi is traumatized after a brutal assault, and he's determined to find the men responsible. But how do you track down criminals when the only clue you have is a stolen dustbin? Well, if you're Maharaja, you get creative. You lie, you bribe, and you do whatever it takes to bring the culprits to justice. As Maharaja recounts the robbery to the police, we get a flashback to what really happened. It wasn't Maharaja who was attacked, it was Jothi. She had returned home from a sports camp organized by her PT teacher Asifa while Maharaja was still at work. Three men, Selvam, Dana, and Nalasivam, broke into their house looking for Maharaja. Selvam, still bitter about his arrest 15 years ago, believed Maharaja had decent guy he is, decides to return the chain. He asks his boss for time off and heads to Selvam's house, using the address he overheard during the phone call. But when he arrives, chaos erupts. The police are already there, guns drawn. They gun down Sabari and arrest Selvam, who's convinced Maharaja ratted him out. Kokila, Selvam's wife, is horrified. She had no idea her husband was a criminal. "You're a monster," she screams, disowning him on the spot. Selvam, now behind bars, vows revenge. This is all Maharaja's fault, he thinks. I'll make him pay. Looking for Maharaja. Selvam, still bitter about his arrest 15 years ago, believed Maharaja had ratted him out and vowed revenge. But Maharaja wasn't home. Instead, the trio found Jothi. What followed was a horrifying ordeal. They physically assaulted her, and Nalasivam raped her multiple times. Jothi was left broken and traumatized, and Maharaja's world shattered. Back in the present, Maharaja is a man on a mission. He discovers a fallen receipt from Dana at the scene of the crime and uses it to track him down. Dana, a delinquent who works at a car garage, is but he's not giving up. He goes to the police station, spinning the dustbin theft story to lure Nalasivam into a trap. The police, now aware of Nalasivam's crimes, play along, setting him up for vigilante justice. Maharaja kills Nalasivam but learns Selvam is still out there. The stage is set for the final confrontation, a showdown that will test Maharaja's resolve and reveal shocking truths about the past. Maharaja tracks Selvam to a construction site, where the final showdown is about to go down. Selvam, now a broken man, is working as a laborer, trying to rebuild his life. But his past is about to catch up with him in the most shocking way possible. "You think you can take me down, Barber?" He sneers. "I've been through hell and back. You're nothing." But before the fight can escalate, Jothi arrives at the scene. She's there to support her father. But what happens next is something no one could have predicted. Jothi, thinking Selvam is just another criminal after their valuables, tosses a bag of jewelry at him. "Take it and leave us alone," she shouts. Selvam, confused, opens the bag and finds the gold chain he had bought for Amu's birthday all those years ago. Maharaja, the story of a man who went from cutting hair to cutting ties with his tragic past. It's a tale of revenge, redemption, and a dustbin that somehow became the hero. Moral of the story: never underestimate a barber with a grudge or a dustbin with a destiny. Think about it. This movie has everything. A quiet barber turned vigilante, a dustbin with more screen time than most Bollywood sidekicks, and a villain who literally jumps to his own demise. It's like John Wick meets Slumdog Millionaire, but with more garbage-related plot twists. And let's not forget the real MVP of this story, Lakshmi, the dustbin. This humble piece of metal saved a life, became a family heirloom, and somehow outlived every villain in the movie. Move over, Avengers. Lakshmi is the true hero we didn't know we needed. So the next time it's life one day. And if it does, don't forget to name it. As for Maharaja, he's proof that even the quietest people have a breaking point. And when they snap hard. So, the next time you're at a barber shop, tip your barber well. You never know what they've been through, or what they're capable of. And with that, we wrap up the wild, emotional, and occasionally absurd journey of Maharaja. It's a story about love, loss, friends. Let's keep the movie magic alive. Catch you in the next reel.